It's hard to think of a campaign that could achieve more than this one, and the word awesome is sometimes applied to it. People feel inspired by it. They see the potential, they understand how much it could achieve, and they see how it could be used to challenge any group that abuses power. This campaign can be used to tackle anything that's wrong in this country. It's amazing. It is awesome. But that word has two meanings. It can mean reverential wonder or fear. And both those terms apply to this campaign at the same time. It's wonderful because it can achieve so much, but because it is so large, it is so powerful, it can also be a bit scary. You hear about grandiose schemes for world government, or if everybody withheld their council tax they could achieve this or they could achieve that. But we're not bothered about those things because we know they're never going to happen. You're never going to get that degree of cooperation between people. This is different. We need to get 12,000 ordinary people to promise to withhold their vote on election day. That can easily be achieved, especially with our internet pledge system. This campaign is scary because it's real. What it is your mind telling you that this can be done. I'm not frightened of the campaign. What scares me is what happens if we don't succeed. We're supposed to be cutting our CO2 emissions, but we're building more runways, we're building more roads, and we're building more coal-fired power stations. When we should be getting things like the Volkswagen 1 litre on the road, we should be building high-speed rail links to take aircraft out of the sky, and we should be building CHP plants. Well, I've chosen to do something about the situation. For the past 6 months, I've had a small team researching political systems, direct democracy, and climate change problems and solutions. I've put about £50,000 of my own money into it. We've completed the research phase, and now we're ready to run the campaign. Starting a new campaign like this is always going to be difficult, and we need help to start it now. We need to get the first few hundred and the first couple of thousand supporters. This is a numbers game. If I say to journalists, I've got 500 supporters or 1,000 supporters in the first couple of months, that means something to them. They can compare that with the progress of other organisations. For example, it took Friends of the Earth a year to get their first 2,000 supporters. The number of supporters you have are a key measure for journalists and other organisations who might wish to help you. But it isn't just the number of supporters you have, it's the type of supporters you have. Lots of small organisations set up websites and they have a tick box, and if you want to support them, you tick in the box. But that doesn't count. Journalists ignore it, they're wise to that one, and politicians ignore it because they know you're not going to do anything. What really matters are financial supporters and people who are prepared to volunteer, people who are prepared to do something about it. If you get those, then the journalists start to pay attention, the politicians start to pay attention, and that's the attention that enables your campaign to grow. Of course, we'll need donations to pay the bills, so we'll be asking for money. £20, £30, £40 from some people. Others might prefer to pay by standing order, £3 or £5 a month. We also need volunteers, people to give out leaflets, people to look after stands, people to help us spread the word in those ways. And we need people to tell their friends about us. But support us first, lead by example. We're facing a lot of problems. Climate change, energy security, food security. And these problems are becoming increasingly serious. And the longer we wait to deal with them, the more difficult these problems are going to be to solve. We can't wait any longer. We've got to start sorting them out now. But we need a political system that can do that. We don't have one. We need a political system that is fit for purpose.